Hey, good morning. I'm showing 0700. Let's start today's operational briefing for the Dixie incident for September 12th, 2021. My name is Chris Kerr, the Plant Section Chief for IMT1. If you can do me a favor, grab your cell phones, put them on silent, turn down your radios, keep all side conversations outside the briefing area so that everybody gets a good briefing. We'll go ahead and get started with this incident situation update.
Good morning, Magnus Johnson. Incident Management Team 1, night operations. I brought my stick so I can get back and see this thing. Anyway, everything in Branch 9 nice and quiet. Into the west zone in Branch 13 up through the park. They're doing real strong work in there, keeping that thing in check and coming up with a plan how to tie back to the 89. We flew the drones last night and the MQ-9. We had nothing on the outside perimeter. There's still work to be done right on the 44 at the hairpin, getting up to the top side. Helco had seen some stuff on the outside out here, turned out to be local, whether on the forest or the private holdings that they had done some burn piles, but those were old and cold. No issue for us. They continue to put hose through this western side up in Branch 15. What's tied in on the escarpments, hose and hand line all the way across, back down through a large portion of this on the plateau they can drive, and then they have hose coming down through here. Still some heat showing in areas interiorly all the way through it, a few spots in here, but they're in there working hard. Down through Quebec, Romeo, Sierra, Tango, and Union, nice and quiet, didn't hear anything out of the Janesville group. One thing I need to caution everyone on, and we're right at the end of the incident, and we don't need to have stupid injuries or stupid accidents. People driving 60 and 70 miles an hour in smoke, that light in front of me as far as you can see in front of your vehicle. People, it's not an emergency right now. It is a job that we need to finish, and you need to finish strong, and you need to finish with all your body parts, and nobody needs to get smacked out there on that road. Whether you're private, you're a contractor, you're a fire agency, it does not give you the right to violate the laws out there or violate anybody's safety. So slow it down, do your job, and let's all go home safe. This is my last fire, 41 years. Thank you.
Thank you for your service, Magnus. We appreciate your efforts on this team. Going over the incident objectives, there have been no changes to the management or control objectives. Please reference them on your 202. Incident weather.
Morning, Ben Bartis, incident meteorologist. Today's going to be a pretty quiet weather day. If you were here yesterday, very similar to yesterday. So we're looking at temperatures around 80 or so, maybe getting up to 85 in the valleys, temperatures 70, 78 on ridge tops and higher elevations. The big thing to note is that we're starting to dry out again. So looking at observations overnight, last night, we did get some good recovery in lower areas, but higher up on slopes, it's starting to dry out. RH has got to even down to 35% or so overnight on somewhat higher locations. So going forward through the day, looking at RH is dropping down to 10 to 15% on the fire. So just know that we are starting to get dry again. Winds are going to be terrain driven again, especially on that northern part of the fire. We might pick up that light southwesterly that the western side of the fire likes to get coming out of the Central Valley in the afternoon, looking at 5 to 10 miles per hour, maybe a gust of 15 on ridge tops. Otherwise, light and terrain-driven winds throughout the day. That's all I've got. No big weather systems on the horizon this week, so we're looking at a quiet weather week. Thanks.
Fire behavior.
Good morning, Don Watt with Fire Behavior. So as you heard, we're starting to dry out. The raws up at Ladder Butte was 35% today, so we're already seeing that drying trend come in. Remember that rain didn't have any effect on your large fuel, so those will continue to burn out, which is helpful for the mop-up stage. They'll burn out, consume, and they'll be looking good. The biggest thing will be today, that wind. It'll be terrain-driven through a lot of that area, especially down in the old station where you have those peaks that'll work around, so it'll be different directions depending on where you're at. Spotting is still an issue we've seen on this fire time and time again. So make sure you have heads up. Anything that's burning interior, any flare-ups, they will want to spot out on you. The fuels are still receptive. As we continue this drying trend, the next couple of days, we'll be back to where we were 4 days ago prior to the rain. So just have a plan based on what you're seeing and what you're expected to see in the afternoon. Have a safe shift.
Operational work assignments operations.
Good morning, Mike Wink. Just real quick before I get to the day's work assignments, our night operations, Magnus Janssen, one of our leaders, 41 years in the fire service, definitely been a mentor, somebody I've listened to every word he's always said whenever I had the chance to be with him. It's been great for him to be on the team. We fondly call him the Viking. That's why he had his pointing stick up here this morning. So just wanted to recognize him one more time and thank him for his years of service. As we now get into the today's work assignments, in Branch 9, continued tactical patrol all around in this area. They got plenty of resources in there. Hasn't been many calls for service. There are still some of those peat moss fires that they'll be monitoring. Things have been quiet for the last 5 days in here, so we continue those great efforts. As we come back up here into Branch 13, the Shasta sector, in the pre-ops warning, got a real detailed briefing. We continue to work on fire, right on the fire's edge, anchor, flank, and hold, as well as looking for additional opportunities. We're on some difficult pieces of line that they'll be looking at in the next couple days to make sure that that piece below Old Station is all tied in and we get that all mopped up. Things are looking real good in there. We continue with fire suppression right on the fire's edge and strengthen those control lines, as well as fuels reduction on the egress and ingress corridors there in Branch 13, the Shasta sector. As we come over here into the Lassen sector, north of Highway 44, in Branch 15, that's where we had this run 4 days ago now. Okay, there's line on all there's a combination of hand line, dozer line, or hose lay on all that 19 miles. Phenomenal effort from you guys on your last shift. Thank you very much. They continue to have a little bit of heat on this westerly flank. And that is going to be the priority because even though the weather just said there's going to be a calm weather week, the westerly and southwesterly influence can still kick up hot spots over here, okay? So continue to strengthen the control lines in Branch 15. Branch 16, no significant spots or any growth in the last couple days. Great job. Continue those efforts. The guard getting those boots on the ground definitely made a big difference in this piece. So now we can focus on other areas. So continue all the mop up in here and strengthen those lines. Great job. As we come down here into Westwood Group, from the Janesville branch area, Janesville grade, all the way back through the middle. Continue that tactical patrol, calls for service. We did get some information from Supply this morning about a bunch of hose caches kind of in this lower piece. So right on the edge of our 2 zone breaks, but they're going to be in there looking for those, try and get pumpkins, pumps, hose, all that stuff backhauled so that then they can redeploy it over here. Okay, we continue to need those resources. So a lot of moving parts from tactical patrol to still working on the fire's edge, looking for spot fires. Okay, so the whole myriad of things going on out here. So that's your today's work assignments. Yesterday was a significant event in our nation's history. Today is another significant event in CAL FIRE aviation history. So this picture behind me is Eva Scheike. Today is the anniversary of the Tuolumne fire, where Columbia Hell Attack 404 went to a fire in their IA, and a tragic event occurred, and Eva Scheike died on that fire on September 12th. And then years later, on September 12th, 2015, Boggs Mountain Hell Attack on the Valley Fire, Copter 104, had 4 shelter deployments, 1 career-ending injury, and 3 of those folks came out of the burn center and did return to service. So it's just an example of the hell attack programs are the best of the best, right? We always look at those folks but they also have to look at risk. And everything you do is inherently dangerous. You do dangerous things really, really well every day. You make it look easy. You make sure that you have your PPE on. You talk about driving. Everything you do, whether you're in supply or you're out on the line, you guys are the best of the best. You're making sure that you think about those safety things all the time. No matter what situation you're in, and if you are part of that team that you're the best of the best, things can happen. That's why we say safety, safety, safety. Up here, it becomes like white noise. Everybody says, have a safe shift, have a safe shift. Our Air Operations Branch Director, Matt Hill, says, make it a safe shift. What's the difference between have a safe shift and make it a safe shift? Make it a safe shift means you take action. You look at the things that you're doing that could be dangerous, and you make sure you make them safer. So we want you to make it a safe shift because you are taking action. Every one of you is the leader of you. Make sure it's a safe shift. The safety is not going to happen just by accident. You're going to make it a safe shift, okay? Remember, don't get ready, be ready. We'll see you out there.
Sector, branch, and division roll call.
Good morning. Roy Broomfield, Cal Fire IMT1. If you will turn to page 2 of your IAP, we'll start with our section, branch, and division roll call. When you hear your name, please stand up. For Shasta sector, Fields, he'll be briefing at Hat Creek. For Division Juliet, Kilo, and Lima, Huey. Here. Branch 13, Wills. Here. November, Oscar and Papa will be briefing at Hat Creek as well. Shasta Contingency, Day, Stornetta. Here. Night, Carvalho. Here. Lassen sector, Prather. We have a change in Black's Mountain Group. Write-in will be Thomas. Here. Rim Group, we have a change. Write-in Pangburn. Here. Trainee Hyatt. Branch 16 Costa. Here. Division Quebec Miller. Here. Division Romeo Perez. Here. ST&U Glockner. Westwood, Chisholm. Here. Lassen Fire Suppression Repair will be Hauser, and he will have Westwood, Dyer, Chester, and Susanville. Here. Additionally, will the following resources please contact North Ops for a reassignment? It will be Shasta Lake IHC, Plumas IHC, LNF Engine 311, WL Services Engine 9, New Mexico LNF 611, private engine 9D614, and brush 673. Thank you.
Air Operations.
Good morning, Pete York, Air Operations. For this morning's lineup, the fixed wing will be on at 10:30 and needed as requested. Your rotor wing today is coming out of both the Battle Creek Helibase and the Eagle Helibase. 11 Type 1s, 2 Type 2s, 3 Type 3s to help you out. We still have Guard 841 as our 24-hour hoist resource. And then we do have an MRB set up at Hat Creek, available as needed. Again, remind everyone, we want you to listen to and be monitoring both the air-to-ground tactical and commands. Have a safe shift.
Communications.
Good morning, Corey Costa, Carmel. So for today's operational period of September 12th, there's no changes to the comp plan. As always, any questions, concerns, radio issues, or coverage, come see us in communications. Have a safe shift.
Medical.
Morning, Sean Lowry, Medical. If you turn to page 42 in your IAP, you'll see the ICS 206 medical plan for today's operational period. Up top, you'll see that we do have Cal Matt still here on the incident supporting us, Dr. Kate and her medical staff off to your left-hand side in those 4 beige tents over there. We do have 3 ambulances staged up at Hat Creek, Bogard, and then here at base camp that serves down to Janesville as well. We do have 3 line medics and an EMT up at branch 13, 15, and 16. Additionally, down in box 8, you'll find the information for the IWI. Last but not least, September is Suicide and Behavioral Health Awareness Month. We all know the trends and statistics within the fire service, no matter what patch you have on your arm, on duty or off duty. I'm asking that to all supervisors and personnel, just checking on your crews. Make sure that they are healthy, both physically and mentally. Thank you, and make it a safe shift.
Safety.
Good morning, everybody. Brad Niven, Incident Management Team 1 Safety. So for today, I just want to talk about the incident within an incident protocols. The other day, we had a vehicle accident up near Old Station. Minor injuries were encountered. We utilized an air ambulance for transport for further evaluation and treatment, strictly due to the long transport times. So think about that in your plan. With your plan, have that primary, your alternate, your contingency, and your emergency planning. Build that into what you're thinking. Don't hesitate to move on to the next step if one of those isn't going to work out. There's a reason why our team is very emphatic about the IWI pocket cards, and that's because of Andy Palmer. Take the time, review the Dutch Creek incident. There's a lot of good lessons to be learned from that, and a lot of reasons why we do things the way that we do nowadays. Have your plan, have it work, have a good day.
Information.
Good morning, Emily Smith, Public Information. If you'd like to join me on page 50 for some updated numbers. The Dixie incident is currently at 960, 213 acres at 65% containment with 4,764 personnel signed. We thank all of you that are continuing to adhere to the CAL FIRE and federal social media policies. And if you'd like to have any video content or pictures vetted before posting to any of your sites, please send them to the Gmail account at the bottom or stop by the PIO trailer. We also have quite a bit of mail and lost and found still, so please come by, pick up your items. We're located right over this way in the PIO trailer. Thank you.
Final comments from our Unified Incident Commander.
All right, good morning, Nick Truax. I'm the Incident Commander for CAL FIRE IMT1 and one of the Unified Incident Commanders here on the west zone of the Dixie incident. So today will be our last operational period for our team. Steve Wilkins is in from Interagency Team 14. They'll be taking the incident today. We'll be doing a shadow day today, so you'll see both teams kind of milling about, and they'll be building their plan for starting tomorrow. I just want to take this opportunity to thank all of you out there. It's really humbling to think about the work that's gone on just over the last couple weeks. This is our second stint on this 62-day incident. But just the last couple weeks, you think about what went on the last few days up in Old Station. Outstanding work. Keeping that thing out of town was a great effort. The weather helped us out, but if we wouldn't have got right back on it, it would have been in town, I guarantee you. Holding 44 down here in Branch 16, that was a heavy lift over the last couple weeks. Outstanding work. That thing spotted on us every day for about a week and a half. It was you folks out there on the line, leadership over here, that held that. Bringing fire all the way down Highway 89, holding 89 in the park. That was outstanding work. It seemed like it took a long time, but that's what needed to happen. That was the right tool for that spot. You think about what happened down in Janesville just before our team got in here. You think about Division Papa, us going down, being able to surge down and assist the east zone, then them being able to return the favor and come up and help us in the north end. That's the way these type of incidents are going to get taken care of from here on out. You know, I think back early in my career, Fountain Fire, not far from here, 64,000 acres, supposedly a career fire. You know, nowadays we're getting close to 1 million acres. This is we had a fire last year, 1 million acres. This one's just short of it, and I hope it stays that way. I really do. I think it's in a good position to keep it right about where it's at. So Steve and his folks are going to take great care of you. Finish strong. You got a couple more weeks of work out there, and then everybody can go home. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief. Okay, for all those resources that are unassigned or not on the demob list, see Roy back there, the resources sign. Those pieces of equipment that we're told to contact North Ops, go through the demob trailer, please. Check in with them. They'll get you what you need to have. Breakout locations. All fire suppression repair breakouts are here to my left, your right. and then starting with branch 13, 15, 16 in a horseshoe. Have a great shift. Turn on your phones and your radios.